Sometimes destructive editing is necessary depending on what you're working on. So in this portion of the photo that I made, I had this water splashing on the left-hand side, and I wanted to create an equal splash on the other side. So what I did is I went into my original image, so making sure that I'm hiding all my other layers. I went in and I selected this portion of my picture. So I went in with my selection tools, whichever ones that I needed, and I was sure that I was in my background, and I copied by going Command C and pasted by going Command V. So now I'm going to move this all the way up to the top so you can see this layer, and I'm going to I'm going to make the other layers visible. And you can't really see what I copied because it just copied directly on top of itself. So the first thing I want to do in this particular case is I want to flip my image. So I'm going to go Edit, Transform. So remember, transform is taking that section, making it larger, smaller, rotating it, angling it. But what I want to do is I want to transform that selection and I want to flip it horizontally. So now it's mirror imaged and it's pointing in the other direction. And now I can use my move tool, which is that first top tool right here, and I can move my selection. I can line it up to where I need it to go. So I used a very large area and I copied this part of my picture because I want to line that up to the opposite side of my picture frame so that I know that it's lining up seamlessly. And the edges of my jar are going to be lined up to where they need to go. So I'm using my up and down arrows on my keyboard to make this move all the way over. And because I did a very large selection, I can change my opacity just to kind of see where I'm going, make sure that my jar is lining up properly, the lip of my jar, I should say. And you can see that looks pretty good. I might need to rotate it just a slightly. So Command T activates my transformation again, and now I can use the arrows to tilt my angle just a little bit, and then hit enter to accept it. And I'm going to go back up to 100%. And now I'm going to go down under here and I'm going to click that little square with a black circle. That's my mask. And again, I can go in with my mask. This is where I'm making destructive edits because I'm copying a section and pasting it. But now I'm making it non-destructive because I'm using my mask to erase the areas where I didn't want my picture to show up. So I don't want the original lip. I want my lip behind. And I want some of those water bubbles to show up behind it. And I want this water bubble to show up behind there. So what I'm doing is I'm erasing parts of one picture and merging them with another part of another picture. And if you noticed, I erased too much in that area, so I can click on my black and make a smaller feathered brush so I can refine it a little bit more and bring back some of those details. And I can decide how much of my lip I want to show. I don't really necessarily like that black area, so I'm going to go back again. And I can change my opacity of my brush too. And I can kind of slowly build a transition so it feels a little bit more natural. So now I've got this brighter water splattering outside and this darker splatter behind it. And maybe I want to see a little bit of that lemon showing through. So maybe I want to erase a little bit of this. So now I can see that it's not so perfectly symmetrical between this one and that one. I can also just make that water splash larger too if I wanted. I could transform that and stretch it a little bit bigger on purpose and go ahead and reorganize and remove that area, and then again go back in and modify and erase so it doesn't feel so seamless, so it doesn't feel so symmetrical. There's a lot of things that you can do with this kind of masking. Again, your move tool is what allows you to enlarge your area, make it bigger, make it smaller, make it fit back into the way that you want. and let's go ahead and make that fit back to screen. And there it is. That's how you play around with creating masks within selections.